How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now, and I really appreciate you taking your time tuning into my video. Let's talk about Gavin Newsom's wet dream. And I'm not talking about some island somewhere. I'm talking about him wanting to add a 28th Amendment to the Constitution to ban so-called assault rifles and much more. And of course, we all know it's just not Gavin Newsom's wet dream. It's also the wet dream of a lot of other Democrats in Congress. And let me start out by saying, in our lifetime, this has no chance of happening. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And for gun control activists and anti-Second Amendment politicians, these are indeed desperate times. Sure, blue states like California, Illinois, and Washington are still able to pass restrictions on legal gun owners, but the prospects of many of those new laws being upheld by the courts are slim, thanks to the Supreme Court's decision in Bruin. And even as the anti-gunners put more laws into place, more than 1 million guns are being sold each and every month. So what's an anti-gunner to do? In Gavin Newsom's case, call for a constitutional amendment to enshrine gun control in the United States Constitution. So let me tell you about all the diarrhea that Gavin Newsom spewed out of his mouth about the 28th Amendment. Our ability to make a more perfect union is literally written in the Constitution. So today I'm proposing the 28th Amendment to the United States Constitution to do just that. The 28th Amendment will enshrine in the Constitution common sense gun safety measures that Democrats, Republicans, and independents and gun owners overwhelmingly support. I don't know about you, but every gun owner I know doesn't support this crap at all, while leaving the Second Amendment unchanged and respecting Americans' gun-owning tradition. The 28th Amendment will permanently enshrine 4 broadly supported gun safety principles into the U.S. Constitution. So let's take a look at these 4 broadly supported gun safety measures. Raising the federal minimum age to purchase a firearm from 18 to 21. Mandating universal background checks to prevent truly dangerous people from purchasing a gun that could be used in a crime. Instituting a reasonable waiting period for all gun purchases. And then, of course, here's the big one. Barring civilian purchase of assault weapons that serve no other purpose than to kill as many people as possible in a short amount of time. Weapons of war our nation's founders never foresaw. In his press release, Newsom says the California legislature will soon call for an Article 5 convention of states to approve the proposed amendment, but don't expect that to happen anytime soon. But here's the reasons why I said this has no chance of happening. Getting 33 states on board would be almost impossibly difficult. Democrats now control 20 state legislatures across the country, but Newsom, who seated his political committee with $10 million and has spent time on the national stage trolling Republican governors Ron DeSantis of Florida and Greg Abbott of Texas, for years has crusaded against the gun industry and reaped the political benefits in a state where voters broadly support strong curbs on firearms. I think I have a better chance of being elected president in 2024 than Newsom has of getting 13 states with either split control or GOP control to hop on board his gun control bandwagon. And I'm sure we all know the governor is aware of that fact. I don't think that Newsom seriously believes that an Article 5 convention to enact his proposed 28th Amendment, but he's trying to push the Overton window, will be held in this political environment that the gun control lobby wants to put in place on the bare minimum gun controls, a reasonable alternative to the wackos in Colorado, as well as appear to offer, who've been demanding Governor Jared Polis sign an executive order banning gun sales and possession as part of their effort to repeal the Second Amendment. It's pretty obvious this is most likely a political stunt, but it's also another signal that anti-gunners are desperate to go big in light of the Bruin decision. Most people believe their primary goal for this moment is to take both chambers of Congress in the 2024 elections, and of course pack the Supreme Court full of anti-gun justices who will overturn Heller, McDonald, and Bruin. But if they fail, they'll fall back on their backup plan of obliterating our right to keep and bear arms by amending the Constitution. Newsom's call for a constitutional convention is ceding that ground. But when and if the gun control lobby gets on board with an amendment, I don't think they're going to back Newsom's proposal. If they're going to try to seriously change the Constitution, the guess is they're going to go for an outright repeal. Instead of enshrining an assault weapons ban, waiting periods, universal background checks, and an under 21 gun ban into our founding document. Like I said, it's a political stunt. It's smoke and mirrors. None of it is about saving lives. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the video, and do you agree with what I said? And as always, I thank everybody for their support. You guys are always helping the channel out by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you guys waiting for? Join the almost 60,000 strong 2A News Now community. And I invite everybody back to see my next video.